This is Hans, a new kind of wind turbine. It was developed by a Swiss inventor. It's just 20 meters high and should generate electricity for 100 households. Schaffhausen has ordered its first Hans. The canton is on track to produce around 10% of its energy requirements from wind energy, exceeding goals set by the federal government.
We
have selected 30 areas that are suitable for these wind turbines. Quite a few, but we don't plan to cover the canton of Schaffhausen with turbines. We have also planned 4 locations for bigger wind turbines that can also produce larger quantities of electricity.
Switzerland's largest wind park is located on Mont Crozen in the northwest of the country. It has 16 large wind turbines and accounts for half of all turbines in Switzerland. By 2050, the government plans for 800 such turbines to be built, but things are not shaping up as expected. Hundreds of wind turbines are stuck in the planning approval process. In 2012, 1 new plant was built. In 2013, there were 2, but in 2014, there were none. As it stands, there may not be any new wind turbines built in 2015 either. Rita Ragazzi of the Association for the Promotion of Wind Energy, swissinfo.ch, says the situation is unsustainable.
At the current pace we are implementing wind turbines, we will not reach 10% of the target that was set by the government. It's clear that at this rate, the objectives that were set cannot be achieved.
An example of the lack of progress can be seen in Grenchenberg and Canton Solothurn. Here, 6 wind turbines were planned, but have been blocked because of objections. But for how long can a project like this be blocked?
That can last a long time. We have a project on the Cré-Meuron which has been blocked since around 2004. That's for over 10 years. This went on for such a long time that what we had initially planned is no longer available. The case went to the federal court, but by the time the court approved for the turbines to be built, the models foreseen were no longer being built. So we had to put forward a larger model, and again objections were raised. So here we are again. Everything is blocked.
A different story unfolded in Haldenstein and Canton Graubünden. Here the construction plans went through as expected. The wind turbines now produce electricity for around 1,200 households. Jacqueline von Arx of environmental organization Pro Natura says objections were avoided because they were involved in the planning stage and were able to present their concerns early on in the process.
If we can come in at an early stage and say, for example, that there is a problem with bats or landscape protection, we can bring these instances to the table and improve the project accordingly. If this is not the case, then the only chance for Pro Natura to voice its concerns is to object to the project. When that happens, and the case goes to the federal court, it then takes up to 5 years. This is not in the interest of Pro Natura, but it's simply the only way we can voice our concerns.
On the other hand, back in Canton Schaffhausen, the Hans wind turbine went through the approval process without any hitches because it's small and quiet.